When I purchased the house, the first day we moved in, we were up on top of a mountain on a dead-end dirt road. A neighbor who owned a hunting cabin, former FBI agent, come driving up, never met the guy before, screaming and yelling, "What are you doing? You can't move in here. What are you doing moving into this house?"
You know, from my perspective, the very hardest cases for me to research are cases of suspected possession. Incidents where somebody thinks that someone in their family is occupied by another spirit. High up on a remote hill near Hinsdale, New York, there's an old house there, an old farmhouse, that became very famous in the mid-1970s as a source of haunting, psychic phenomena of all types.
The gentleman that explained the history of the house when I was unloading was so frantic that I couldn't get it all. I thought it was a joke. And I basically asked him to leave, but he just said that there was an exorcism or a haunting there about 8 or 10 years before, and that there was a lot of separate instances that the whole town was afraid of this house, and it's famous and you can't bring children there. I didn't see anything at first. My ex-wife did, and I didn't believe it. I thought it was all crazy. The strangest thing is I had 3 dogs. 2 were hunting dogs. They wouldn't come in the house. That's the first thing I did notice. In the other house we had, they lived in the house. I drive tractor trailer. At the time I was driving a straight truck, and I had my kids get up on the hill because I was afraid of their safety. When I'm backing up, I was going to park the truck. And I'm backing the truck up, and the dog all of a sudden, and this is a dog that protected the house. It was a husky shepherd, very protective female dog, come running, barking, like something was trying to drive the kids off the hill, and it ran right into the truck. And I tried to stop, and it basically got killed.
In the early 1970s, a family moved in, 2 parents, several children, a couple of animals, moved into this house, and almost from the beginning, they felt like they were the subjects of a haunting.
I think that there were some paranormal happenings taking place. That there certainly were some apparitions seen, and I think this was fairly well verified. There were what I would call poltergeist effects. I think it was probably a combination of a lot of psychic energy produced, by the members or some members of the family. I think there were certainly some psychic energies there, and possibly. And this I don't know, that there may have been some actual so-called ghosts or entities that were earthbound.
Make no mistake, this was a real haunting. It was not, however, a case of a person being occupied by a spirit, and the church declined to give the family an exorcism. The house became a mecca for not only legions, carloads of thrill-seeking high school kids, but also an awful lot of famous writers and investigators. The publicity and the natural tension of the case seemed to launch a tragic cycle for this family.
The family did move to the West Coast. The husband died, and one of the girls died.
As for an explanation of why the house in Hinsdale was so dangerous, so inspiring, so imposing, so threatening, I don't have anything to go on.
I think some places are conducive to psychic phenomena. I really do. I think this was one of them.